Hi, everybody. I'm Ben Mankiewicz. All night, we've been bringing you World War II era features and documentaries from director John Huston, all part of this month's TCM Spotlight series, focusing on 5 directors who joined the military to make films during the war. And up next is a post-war film made by a man clearly affected by what he'd seen during the war. I'm joined once again by author and film historian Mark Harris. His book, 5 Came Back, provided the impetus for this month's TCM Spotlight. Mark, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Up next, from 1951, it's The Red Badge of Courage. Mark, is this film a reflection, you think, in some way of what John Huston saw during World War II?
I think it is. I mean, it's an oblique reflection, obviously, because The Red Badge of Courage is a Civil War story. But this is not the sort of idealized, glamorous Civil War that Hollywood had sort of trafficked in the 30s and 40s. It's an uglier, muddier, heavier version of the Civil War. And I think that desire to get away from any kind of romanticization of what war looks like or the toll it takes was very much a product of Huston's World War II experience, and you see it on screen even in this movie.
This feels like a movie that is a bit of a rebellion against the traditional war films that at least had been made during the war, where the heroism is a given. Here we see fear. You know, most movies produced during the war didn't talk a lot about fear.
That's right, and I think it's especially resonant that this movie has in it Audie Murphy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you talk about the Civil War, World War II connection, to have someone who was widely known, just a household name to the American public at that point as a World War II hero, starring in a really unglamorized depiction of war. It's a powerful thing. It's not really part of the text of the movie, but it is, because casting is so crucial. I think Huston must have known the impact that Murphy on screen would have had.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's not about World War II, but you put America's top World War II hero in a Civil War movie, people are going to relate it to World War II.
Absolutely.
It's a short film. It's only 69 minutes. How did that happen?
The movie had a really troubled history. There's actually a whole book about it called Picture by Lillian Ross, which is the first book-length account of sort of everything that can go wrong in the making of a movie, because she was present the entire time. The reason it's so short is that it was cut after it tested poorly. Huston's version of this movie, which was longer and is unfortunately lost, did not play well either with the studio or apparently with audiences, and it was kind of taken out of his hands, and this is the result.
Mark, thanks very much. Here's the film from 1951 based on the Stephen Crane novel, Audie Murphy in The Red Badge of Courage.